All right, so welcome back for part 2 of section 7.2. We're going to do some survey problems. So in part 1 before, we were taking a look at how to use Venn diagrams to find intersections and whatnot of regions. And in this part 2, we're going to continue doing that, but we're going to put some words into it to make it slightly more complicated. All right, so I'm going to read the problem and see if I can make some sense out of it. In a recent survey of 100 households, the researcher finds that 46 have a landline, 90 have a wireless phone, and 39 have both. Create a Venn diagram for this information. All right, so it looks like what we've got going on here is we have a universe of 100 people, and then we have a set of people, and I'm just going to call it A, that have a landline. We have a set of people, I'm going to call that B, that have a wireless phone, and then I'm supposed to make a Venn diagram. The both here, what's both mean? Well, it means you have a landline and a wireless, so that's going to be the intersection B. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to see if I can draw this. I have a set A, I have a set B, and I'm going to go from there. Right. Now, one of the tricky things about set problems or survey problems or Venn diagram problems, however you word them, is that math is kind of crummy. And what I mean by that is, and I'm just going to pick this statement right here to talk about. When that statement says that 46 people have a landline, does it make any statement about whether they do or do not also have a wireless phone? And what I mean by that is, by simply saying that 46 people have a landline, all I'm saying is that there are 46 elements in set A. And if I try to come over here and place that information into this Venn diagram, where do I put it? Do I put 46 here? Do I put 46 here? Do I put some of them here and some of them there? I don't know where to put them because I know that there's 46 people, but they belong divided up between those two regions of that Venn diagram. And I don't know where those 46 go. And if you think about it, that same issue is going to exist with this problem right here, that there are 90 in set B. Is it 90 here, 0 there? Is it 89 here, 1 there? Is it 88 here, 2? I don't know. And I can't tell from that statement. And that's where Venn diagram problems get really tricky. So what we're really hoping for is we're really hoping for a piece of information to be given to us, and I'm going to get rid of some of this extra stuff that I don't need over here, right? That can tell me about not a couple of regions, but just one region in the Venn diagram. And luckily for us, we have that right here. We have that 39 people live there. Okay? Now, I want you to notice something else that we're doing. I am not using this Venn diagram to say that the element 39 is in that middle there. I'm saying that there are 39 things in this set. In this case, the 39 things are 39 households in there. And now we can start working out from there, because now this 46 becomes useful, because I can say that there are 7 out here. And where did 7 come from? Well, the problem told me that 46 lived inside of set A, inside of circle A. And if 39 of them are in the middle there, where are the rest? Well, the rest have to be outside of the middle, but still inside of A. And then how many is the rest? It's the 46 less the 39, or 7. Using that exact same logic, I can find the outside piece over there for set B. And I can say that set B over here is going to be that 90 minus 39. Well, 90 minus 40 would be 50, so that's going to be 51. Live out there. Now, a lot of people at this point think they're done, but we're not quite done yet, because I don't know how many people live out here. Okay? And what that piece out there is going to represent is everyone who is in our universe, everyone who is surveyed for this problem, but didn't say yes to either question. Didn't say they have a landline, didn't say they have a wireless phone. Well, how am I going to find that? Well, that piece out there is going to be my universe minus all of those guys in the middle there added up. So that's 7 plus that 39 plus that 51, and that's going to give me 9. Right? 9? No. 97. So not 9. That's going to give me, this is 97, so that's 3. Okay. And so then what does that number 3 mean? Well, it means that there are 3 people who don't have a landline nor a wireless phone. They don't have either of those two. What does this 7 right here mean? It means that in our survey of 100 people, there were 7 people who had a landline but no cell phone. And this 51, it means that in our survey of 100 people, a little over half of them, 51 of them have a wireless phone, a cell phone, but no landline. And then the 39 in the middle is people who have both. I would imagine if you do the survey again in another 4 or 5 years, that these two numbers right here are going to start going down to about 0. Because who still has a landline and who still has, I don't know. I don't even know if that's real anymore. Okay. All right, but I use the Venn diagram. This is referred to as a survey problem because usually we gather our data from some sort of a survey. Okay. This was a 2-set Venn diagram survey problem. This one is going to be a 3-set Venn diagram survey problem. Okay. All right. So, group of 85 students. There's my universe were surveyed. Results are followed. 47 use Netflix, 52 use Hulu, 40 use Amazon Prime Video, 26 use Netflix but not Hulu, 15 use Hulu and Amazon Prime, 31 use Netflix and Amazon Prime, and 12 use all 3. Use that information to create a Venn diagram. So I'm going to create a Venn diagram. And so there's my Venn diagram. I have 3 sets. I have the set N for Netflix. I have the set H for Hulu. And I have the set A, I'll just use A for Amazon Prime Video. Okay? Okay. I'm going to start with the pink numbers. 85, is that a useful number? This 85 up here. Well, not really, because all that tells me is that inside of my box, my universe, I'm going to have to find homes for 85 people. But there are, if I remember correctly, 8 regions that could fall into. So that's really not going to help me. All right, how about 47? Is that helpful? Well, 47 use Netflix. That's nice, but using Netflix just means you're somewhere inside of this circle. And for the same reasons we talked about a little bit ago with the 2-set Venn diagram, same thing's going to be true for a 3-set Venn diagram. Okay? That's not useful. Neither is 52 or 40, because 52 means they're somewhere in here, and 40 means they're somewhere in there. Again, not useful. How about those blue numbers? 26 use Netflix, but not Hulu. Well, Netflix, but not Hulu means they're in Netflix, but they're outside of Hulu, but that's still 2 pieces of the puzzle. So that's not useful. How about that 15? Hulu and Amazon Prime. Well, Hulu and Amazon Prime makes no mention of Netflix, so it's anything that's in those 2 pieces. So that's not useful, because that's 2 pieces. I need something that tells me 1 piece and 1 piece only. How about the 31? Netflix and Amazon, well, that's this. Netflix and Amazon Videos, those 2. So that's no good. 12 use all 3. I think that's useful. I think the fact that 12 use all 3 is useful because I can put that there. And now that I know that there are 12 that live there, all of that information about 2 pieces of the puzzle becomes useful. Like, now I can use this 31. Netflix and Amazon Prime, these two pieces together must add up to 31. I know where 12 of them live, so the rest of them live in the other place. 31 minus 12 is 19, so 19 live here. So now I've used this. 15 use Hulu and Amazon Prime. Well, Hulu and Amazon Prime was these two pieces. 12 live in the middle, so that means 3 more must live over here to get us to 15. 26 use Netflix, but not, oh, that one doesn't help me. Because Netflix, but not Hulu. Oh, wait, that does, because Netflix, but not Hulu is this piece and this piece. And so those two pieces must add up to 26, but I already know where 19 of them live, so that means 7 more must live here. Right? Maybe now the blue or the pink numbers are useful. How about 40 use Amazon Prime? Well, 40 using Amazon Prime meant that this whole circle added up to 40, but we already know where 3 of those pieces are. So all I have to do is take 40 and take away that. So I'll grab my calculator, 40, take away 19, take away 12, take away 3, and I get 6. So then, oops, I don't want that. I want this. 6 live out here. I can do the same, well, maybe not. Oh, Hulu still has 2 pieces unknown, so I can't use that 52. But I can use the 47 for Netflix to find this piece up here. And then once I know that, I can find the piece to the right for Hulu. So 47 use Netflix, so this piece right here is going to be the 47 minus the 7 minus the 19 minus the 12. So 47 minus 7 minus 19 minus 12, and I get 9. So 9 people are there. And now I can use Hulu. Hulu's 52. So then this piece over here is going to be the 52 minus the 9 minus the 12 minus the 3. So 52 for Hulu minus 9 minus 12 minus 3. I get 28. Am I done? Almost. I don't have my universe yet. I don't have this out here. So how am I going to find that yellow, that outside piece, region 1 as it was traditionally labeled earlier, this region 1? Right? In order to find that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take my entire universe of 85 and then subtract off all of that up there. So I got to take away the 28, the 9, the 7, the 19, the 12, the 6, and the 3. So 85 less 7 less 9 less 28 less 19 less 12 less 3 less 6, and that leaves me with 1. So then there is one person who doesn't use Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. Okay, now I'm going to shade some things in different colors so we can talk about that. Okay. Specifically, I'm going to shade this thing pink. I'm going to shade these 3 regions blue. And I'm going to shade these 3 regions green. Okay. I want you to take a look at the pink thing in the middle. The pink thing in the middle is the intersection of all 3 sets. So it's where all 3 sets are true at the same time. The blue regions, all 3 of those blue regions, are where 2 things are true. That 9 up top is Netflix is true. Let me grab my laser pointer. Where Netflix is true and Hulu is true, but Amazon Prime isn't true. This 19 is where Netflix is true and Amazon Prime is true, but Hulu isn't. Over here we've got Amazon Prime and Hulu, but not Netflix. And then how about these green numbers? These green numbers all represent where one thing and only one thing is true. And that is they either do this or that or the other. They use Netflix and only Netflix, or Hulu and only Hulu, or Amazon Prime and only Amazon Prime. Right? Now I know that at least one person out there going, well, what about Disney Plus? When I say Netflix and only Netflix, I mean of the 3 that we surveyed for, Netflix and only Netflix. Of the 3 we surveyed for, Hulu and only Hulu, that kind of thing. So do you see where this is going? Do you see where later we're going to do this and then we're going to have questions down here? They're going to say something like, how many people only use Hulu? And that only use Hulu means we're going to be talking about that 28. Or how many people only use one service? And then to get that answer, we're going to have to take that 7 plus that 28 plus that 6 and add them together. Because those green numbers are the people who only use one service. Yeah, that's where this is going. Okay. All right, we're at 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop it here. We'll come back and we'll take a look at a couple more survey problems.